Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put on your seatbelts. The rocket ship is engaged for takeoff. We may be seeing some serious action on GameStop right here. They may be selling some shares on their public offering. They are offering up to 45 million shares, warrants, and equities on GameStop. And we have seen an immediate, incredible run-up in the last few moments from $19 a share to $21 a share and 42 cents simply in the last 5 minutes. Holy shit. Now this is not obviously at the moon, but nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows how far she can go. It may be over before it even started, but it's looking like it's got some real strength there. And if this was volume of shares that was already sold, that was being held back by the market makers, well, these shares are getting pushed through now because we saw that GameStop's price was being suppressed heavily over the last couple of minutes here. But let's take a look at AMC stock as well. What is going on there with AMC? Oh, well, would you look at that? How is it that these two meme stocks could be pushing from $4.81 to over $5.04 in a matter of 5 minutes, and from $18 practically to $21.73 in a matter of minutes? It is not over, ladies and gentlemen. It is not over. Get ready for takeoff. The consolidated audit trail may just be screwing over a lot of these short hedge funds and these naked shorts. We are moving. AMC and GameStop both. So we're going to cheer on for Amy and Jimmy over here. I'll put the chat box up for all you guys so we can watch along here as well. Don't need that. That's in the way. Let's get this show on the road in after hours. Naturally, they'll probably go up, get pumped up pretty high, and then we will see some more short positions or swaps on these stocks. But yeah, it's looking like AMC and GameStop are making the same move right now. And we're going to watch them both just for kicks, because why the hell not? Why the hell not? This is the jungle, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the dumpster fire behind Wendy's. That is the New York Stock Exchange and heavily shorted equities. How high can they go? Let's tweet this out there. Let's tweet it out there and let's see what's going on. It may be over already, ladies and gentlemen, but something tells me with this kind of volume in the after hours, where zero halts exist, there are no halts in the after hours, there is no limit up, there is no limit down, we could potentially be seeing the beginnings of some serious freaking movements. Good Lord, thank you for pushing me to hang on to some of these call contracts, because this is going to be sweet. Absolutely sweet. AMC up already over 509 now and showing some real volatility in the after hours 1 minute candles. GameStop pulling the same movements. We should look at the rest of the baskets. At the rest of the basket here and see what else is happening. We should take a look at things like Novavax and COS and Ocugen and all these heavily shorted stocks as well. Let's go straight to COS. COS in the after hours is not moving the same kind of way as these stocks, which is fine. Novavax is not either, so this is appearing to be a little bit more reserved for AMC and GameStop as we're looking at this right now, and I am all for it. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I need to change that. It looks like all the text in the chat box is black. Let me switch that up real quick so that everybody, all the market makers and the short hedge funds and the brokers, can see what you ladies and gentlemen have to say. Let's see if that makes a difference there. AMC pushing 517 with some real volatility. GameStop over 2280 already. Let's go! Yeah! Let's fucking go! Flavius said it best. We're gonna be so fucking rich! Cigar King says, I need AMC to $20 ASAP. Oh, and good movement needs higher. Might be the start, boss. Memorial Day. Remember, it is Memorial Day weekend. There are no markets open on Monday. And this is not the first time we've seen this sort of thing happen on a long weekend on AMC and GameStop. It's almost as if they want people to forget about it over the long weekend. Look at that volatility. Incredibly tall wicks on the high side as people are buying up. And this looks, there is almost no wick at the buy side, at the sell side. So meaning that the ending price is basically the lowest part of the candle with no wick every time. Very, very, very bullish to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the last 10 candles with 0 wick on the bottom. That's huge. That's huge. Unreal. I almost don't. Holy shit, GameStop with the same. 10 out of 10 candles on the GameStop side with 0 wick on the lower end of the Heikin-Ashi candle that we're fucking peeking at here. That is the most bullish thing I have seen on these two stocks in ages. Since their 138% run a couple weeks ago, since their 1,800% run in 2021 multiple times. Calvin says, wow, and I doubled down when I went down to 1K. Let's go. GameStop at $23 already, up from $19 close, with huge after hours volatility as we're seeing now. No limit up, no limit down. AMC as well. Over $5.25 right now on AMC in the after hours. 0 wick on a lot of the bottom of these candles. 0 fucking wick. And if you know anything about technical analysis, you understand just how bullish that is. Now, that doesn't mean it can't come down just as fast as it came up, but it's a great sign. The future for these stocks is so bright that I have to wear fucking sunglasses inside. Somebody put on the Eddie Murphy song right now. I wear my sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses in the after hours because AMC and GameStop are ready to rocket to the fucking moon. Jeffrey Graham, 420 on the East Coast. Let's go. Cigar King, how can we get high numbers if they halt nonstop like last Tuesday? There are no halts in the after hours, my friend. 0, nada, zilch. They cannot halt it in the after hours. Now, that doesn't mean they can't use sell volume and naked shorting and other forms of manipulation in the after hours to bring it down. But, of course, these are big moves already, guys. These are huge moves already. Somebody says, I sold some of my GME shares near $18 for January 2026 $125 calls. Was that a good idea? Samir, I do not provide financial advice. I cannot tell you if that was a good idea or a bad idea. I think you're going to find that out for yourself. But the way this stock is looking, well, Tony says, so they cover to live another day or two. That could very well be the case. Very well be the case. Chris asks, do you think it's the CAT system having this effect? Yes. Yes, I do. And the reason being because there are so many inconsistencies and errors in the shares that I totally believe that this has a lot to do with the CAT system. So now I got to edit this AMC and GameStop rocketing in after hours right now. Right fucking now. This is huge. AMC and GME. Jimmy pushing 23.80 already. Amy pushing over 525. And it's looking to have tapered off. Look at that. That's how when you start to see something's changing. When you have huge wicks on the top and the bottom of the candle. And then you've got a little bit of action on the open and the close in the middle. So that is looking like either a cooling down of the sell of the buying pressure, a cooling down of the covering, or merely taking a little break before it continues back upwards. So, yeah, we're seeing the same thing on the GameStop. We're trading back and forth between the two, and I will laugh so hard if these end up right back where they came from. This right here does not say we're going to the moon on Tuesday. This does not say we're going to the moon in the after hours from the pre-market. This says that all of our due diligence and all of my understanding and knowledge in these stocks, the fact that they are fundamentally strong and getting stronger, the fact that the technicals are strong, and the fact that the amount of manipulation and shorting on these stocks is so vast that seeing things like this is merely a further proof of the manipulation that's occurring and the desperation that's happening by these shorts, the naked shorts, the market makers, the rehypothecations. CFAT's absolutely right. The RSI needs to cool off without question. Without question, because that is a lot. Huge, huge upward pressure. Look at how high the RSI was, well over 100 for a sustained amount of period of time here. For basically a 15-minute period, we got 3, 6, 9, 12, about 14-minute candles in a row, up from $18.80 to $23.80 in a matter of 14 minutes. So now they're either going to dog walk it straight back down to where it came from, or it's going to cool off, and it could potentially make another movement upwards. So, Jesus, absolutely, they waited till the end of the day to push orders through. Absolutely right. That could very much be the case, my friend. Very, very much be the case. Whopper says, GameStop completes the at-the-market equity offering program, selling 45 million shares for gross proceeds of approximately $933 million. Bravo. Bravo. So they sold 45 million shares. They have diluted. This is probably a significant amount of volume here, but this does not look to equal 45 million to me. This looks like 39,000, 75K, 115, 98, 85K, 85K, 112, 72, 143, 200,000, 150, 200, 200, and 163 here. So that is somewhere in the range of just over 1 million shares volume as well. So they may very well be cooling this off. But the thing is, if this was solely related to GameStop, why would AMC be doing the same exact thing? This is not about one stock or the other. There's a reason this hat says AMC GME. They're like twin brothers and sisters. When one talks, the other finishes the sentence. When one jumps, the other does as well. There is clear manipulation of the equities baskets in both of these stocks, as we just finished talking about in the live stream that we were discussing moments ago. So check that one out if you haven't already seen it. It's regarding the New York Stock Exchange getting hacked, the Securities Exchange Commission fining Intercontinental Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and all of their subsidiaries, $10 million slap on the wrist for not properly stopping the hack and not properly admitting to the SEC what happened. So we just finished that live stream. After this one's over, you should go check that one out if you haven't already seen it. Paul P. Mayo Man just fumbled his butt plug. Mr. Brightside brings up the tweet from Roaring Kitty, in which Roaring Kitty referenced the Ludacris song, "When I Move, You Move," just like that, which is the same thing we've been noticing for over 3 years now on these stocks. Wolfie, it's why it's in my name, 100. Wolfie, AMC GME, calling it out like it is, as always. Vivian says, Kenny, pay me my fucking money already, because I'm not leaving. Further confirmation of the thousands and thousands of hours of due diligence that have been put into these heavily shorted equities by retail investors, AMC and GameStop, going wild. And this right here could, if this was GameStop selling shares, causing GameStop to go up, there would be no reason for AMC to follow its movement. There would be no reason for this. In my opinion, this is buying pressure from retail investors being withheld until the after hours. This is the consolidated audit trail error inconsistencies being fixed before the May 26th deadline, in which the Securities Exchange Commission will recommend to the Department of Justice anyone who is naked shorting and manipulating markets. And we will look up the FINRA CAT information for you guys right now, the FINRA Consolidated Audit Trail. And as you guys can see here, I'll move the chart here for just 30 seconds as we take a peek at this. The Consolidated Audit Trail is scheduled to be fully implemented, and all of their compliance goes into effect here with the CAT NMS plan on May 26th. And then on May 28th, the markets will be moving from T+2 settlement to T+1 settlement. This will mean that it will be harder for them to deliver on their, to fix their failures to deliver. It will be harder for them to fix the information that is already broken, to fix their naked shorts, to fix their front running of trades. So all of this needs to be taken care of now before they get into the point where they are recommended to the Department of Justice for market manipulation. And that is seriously concerning to a lot of these players on the financial markets. We can look up the reference data, and I've showed you guys up in the past. And I will show you the conflicts as well. As we told you guys, there was over 17 billion share errors between equities and options on one day alone. May 1st of this year, the Consolidated Audit Trail found over 17 billion with a B, as in bitch, which is what Kenny Griffin and Doug Sifu are, share inconsistencies in one fucking day. I cannot stress enough how huge that number is. 17 billion in one day. So look, they're getting dogged walked down now. I'm not entirely surprised. They may have been covering a shitload of naked shorts on GameStop and AMC right here, and they do it in after hours so that you can't buy call contracts, because then they have to hedge for the increase in the number of call contracts. They do it so you cannot sell your call contracts. They do it so you cannot exercise your call contracts. Well, maybe you can exercise in after hours. I'm not positive if your brokerage would allow you to do that. But they do not want you to be able to sell your call contracts and make massive amounts of premium. Look at these giant red candles. The volume is less than half. It is a fraction of what the buying volume was here. You can see this volume was between 150,000 to 200,000 per here. And then this volume, to bring it down, is around 80, 19,000, 35,000, 80,000, etc., 25,000 per minute. So when they can process a ton of orders together onto lit markets, they process a ton of orders together and run them through dark pools, then this prevents the actual price discovery of every share. They can then turn around and load up the lit exchanges with sell orders, tons and tons of sell orders, and with less volume, they can bring down the stock price just as much as they took it back up. Now, I don't have time because I have to go spend time with my family. I don't have time to sit here and watch it for the next 3 hours and after hours. But I wanted to bring this to your attention on Twitter, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, etc., X, so you guys can keep an eye on this on your own. Because this is the kind of thing that we usually see on AMC and GameStop in the after hours with massive price movements. Because there's no limit up, limit down halts. There is no halts whatsoever. And as well as in Germany and in the European markets, when they start buying, there are no halts over there either. So that's why a lot of the movement in these stocks, oh, look at that. Look at that. Is it going to turn into selling pressure? A lot of the movement that happens in these stocks is in the German market in the overnight session here for the United States, because there is no halts in Germany. There is no halts in the pre-market. There is no halts in the after hours, and there is no halts in the overnight trading session. But that is why Robinhood prevents you from buying or selling more than 20% further from the current share price in the overnight trading session, which is not the same as the pre-market or the after-hours trading session. Everything that you trade in the overnight session is run through dark pools, is given directly to Citadel Securities. Citadel Securities is the only market maker for Robinhood's overnight trading session. So when you buy on Robinhood overnight, you're sending your money and your shares into the dark pools to be abused by Kenny Cordell, Bedpost Griffin, and Citadel Securities and their dark pools, so they can front run your fucking trades, so they can make money off of your trades, and so they can suppress your buying pressure into a massive order through the dark pools. And then later on, eventually, if they even decide to deliver at all whatsoever, they will then package it into a dark pool to make it a minuscule fraction of the actual price increase that it would have been had you ordered on a lit market or on a lit exchange. Hence why we're creating the stockbroker dealer lit exchange, in which we are going to be processing orders through lit exchanges. Get it? That's why the fucking name is like that. So that will provide proper price discovery. And when these orders get pushed into lit markets on the sell side, that actually gives more selling pressure and brings the price down with a fraction of the number of shares that they ran through the dark pools that pushed it up. It's clear market manipulation. The Consolidated Audit Trail is going to address a lot of this, but it is not going to stop it. It is not going to stop it. It's just going to keep them from further creating new naked shorts without them knowing. But they've already got a ridiculous number of swaps out there and derivatives and equities baskets that they can currently abuse. And it looks like they're trying to dog walk it back down. Here, this may just be trying to cool off the RSI to the downside so that they can bring it back down to where it came from. So again, I will leave you with that, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at AMC stock there. We've been looking at GameStop as well. And they are looking exactly the fucking same. And if this was strictly related to the GameStop completing their share offering of 45 million shares, in which, thanks to their awesome share price of $18 to $23 a share, they were able to raise $933 million for GameStop, which is fucking phenomenal news. That gives GameStop, with almost zero debt, over a decade of runway, if not more, at their current burn rate. So over a decade of actual runway if things were to stay exactly the same. So I wish you peace and wealth. Cheers, my friends. Make sure you do your own due diligence. This has not been financial advice of any kind. Make your own decisions. Be responsible for your own decisions. And don't do anything fucking stupid. That being said, have an awesome fucking weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday, if not sooner. If something crazy happens, I'll bet your ass I'll be back right here on this channel to discuss it with you guys.